Hi, and welcome to another Big Trends Indicator how-to video. We're going to try to keep this under 5 minutes today, and we're going to quickly explain to you exactly what the force index is and how we would recommend trading it. Now, the force index, what is it? It's a momentum indicator of sorts, but of course it takes into consideration the volume with that momentum. So it's weighting price action with volume. It was developed by Alexander Elder, who many of you have probably heard of. He's authored a few great books, including Trading for Living or Coming to My Trading Room, and I believe another one was Entries and Exits. Some great books to check out there. But you're basically relating price action to volume, and you're going to look at the rate of change or today's move in price action, and simply multiply that by whatever the volume is. So let's go ahead and add that here on Trixie Charts, which is available at the newbigtrends.com. And I'm using the black theme here. You can change themes to just about anything, so feel free to do that when you log in here today. So, force index, I'm going to simply click on the add an indicator, and of course you can see that there's a lot of indicators here, but we're going to focus on the force index. And the default bar setting that you'll see is a 13 bar. We're going to change that to a 14 bar. I'm going to just click add, and you see it'll be added here to the bottom. Then you can just simply click this to make your chart larger. And what you want to look at here, there's a couple key levels for the force index. It's most often used to determine basically the flow of money in a bullish or a bearish trend. So how does it determine that? What key levels do you need to look at? Well, by and large, your most important level with the force index is going to be the 0 level. And with the Big Trends toolkit with Metastock, we basically take this to another level. We have two different force index indicators that we use, one being a short-term trend identifier and the other being a longer-term trend identifier. Each uses basically two force index lines, one to provide a signal line and one to provide obviously the actual trend identifier with the force index. One of those lines is the 14 bar on the short term. Unfortunately, you'll have to, we do provide that within the Big Trends toolkit. But bottom line is that what you want to be looking for is in a bullish trend, the force index to be above 0 and moving higher or making newer highs. And in a bearish trend, what do you want to see? The force index below 0 and, of course, making new lows. So let's take, for example, here, back in, I guess this was back in, let's go to the market bottom in 2009, roughly right about here. You saw the Qs come off pretty hard, and there shortly after, that was nothing more than a bear retest until, what did we see? The force index moved above 0 right here. Now we're looking for crosses and confirmations, not only on the 0 line, but from the Big Trends Toolkit perspective on Metastock, where when we're using the two lines with the signal line, we're looking for crosses and confirmations. Now, at this point, this particular trend not only had price action on board, but the force index is telling us that that price action was met with a positive move in volume, telling us that the money flow and the price action were working in unison. A very, very powerful tool to see working here. So the force index is a great tool to let you really see that. We saw the force index making new highs, and of course, what was price action doing? Making new highs as well. Now, you can see here that we remained above 0 for a long period of time, but we didn't see newer highs in the force index, which is what I would submit to you that would be a great long exit opportunity, taking partial profits as we're moving higher. Now, when you start to see a force index move below 0, right there, you want to think about getting out of the market completely until you see another reconfirmed bullish, or this could certainly turn into a confirmed bearish trend. In this particular case, it didn't, because of course we're using confirmations to avoid the whipsaws. You can see here right now that we are below 0, even though we've seen some recent bullish action. So what does that tell you? You need to really watch that 0 line. Particularly the price action is not being met with good volume, meaning that the price action is increasing but volume isn't. Something to be concerned about in this recent upswing. So I hope you guys enjoyed this very quick how-to indicator course on the Force Index. Look forward to seeing you here again and hope you have a great trading week.